Culture is what people bind, but also what groups can distinct. Culture is the way how we live together, but also separates us. Our culture is a proof that we human beings are made to live together. If we are agreed to the same norms and values, or celebrating on the same common event, screaming for the same football club, and fight for the same rights, then we are sharing a culture. But what if a culture meets a other culture? And what if they have to work together? Is that possible? Only if you understand each other, or agree to the difference but finding a path in the middle. Like starting doing business in the Arabic Emirates. The land with all the oil is a typical Arabic country with much of its cultural aspects thanks to the influence of the Islam. Especially a big step for Western companies. It's individualism versus collectivism. In the Western world we like to chase our individual dreams, and it's every person on his own. In the Emirati culture the family depends a lot more on each other. Or what about a country that has a strategic position between Europe and Asia? Turkey is maybe even more difficult to do business in. With its very Western-oriented cities like Istanbul and their more Arabic-focused smaller villages more into the country, both with a complete different identity and culture. And here's a tip. If you want to do business in Turkey, you have to know that a business relationship is not based on making money, but the most based on trust, like having a new family. It's always a good advice to start trying to understand the difference between cultures. And don't trust on your preconceptions. If I say Indonesia, maybe you think about the history of the country as a former part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. You will think that their culture will be almost the same as from the Dutch. But no, you have it wrong. Did you know that the left hand is considered unclean in many countries? Well, that's also true in Indonesia. Never hand anything to another person using your left hand. If this makes the action somewhat cumbersome by having to change hands, take the time to do it anyway. And that is my second tip. And if you talk about a country as Malaysia and their business culture, then first you have to know that there is a huge distance between power. So you have to know with who you have to talk for your business. But not only in rules you find the differences. Like in this country, people avoiding physical contact as much as it can. So don't give your business partner pats on the back. Or what is completely not done, touching someone's head. They believe that is the home of the soul. So before you start doing business international, it's very important to get the right information about the culture differences. Knowing what you can and can't do can be the difference between success and failure. The first impression is always very important, and when you start your first conversation with showing that you are really interested in the other, then you will have probably a prolific cooperation in the future.